welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
Mike Tirico along with my partner Greg Olson. It's Will Lutz, the kicker, who gets this started. Off we go on Sunday Night Football. A good return as he takes it across the 30. So here come the Chargers, the offense getting set to come out, led by their quarterback, the 6th overall pick in the 2020 draft. It's Justin Herbert.
His skill set can be determined by the letter A. Arm talent, accurate, athletic, and he's got a kind of aura about him. There's something special that they know when he's under center, we have a shot. First-round pick. He's got everything you want for the quarterback position. He needs to take that next step from being a legitimate, bona fide franchise quarterback to a superstar in the NFL.
He's taken down, but just shy of midfield. 16 yards on the game, and a quick first down.
And this is where the speed of your inside receivers are so critical. He lines up in the right slot. But, Mike, look how far he covers to where he ended up receiving that ball. You can't have all day. Those defensive linemen, they are coming after your quarterback. So the speed in the slot is critical. That's a great example why.
Second and 5 at the Broncos' 47-yard line.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd and 5. Out of the gun, here's Herbert. This one not quite on target. Got him too much. That one falls incomplete. Quentin Johnston, the man he was looking for on that one. And it's going to be 3rd down. From the gun, it's Herbert. He'll get this complete left side to Johnston. And he will not quite get to the marker. Good job there defensively, and now decision time. What are you going to do on 4th down? On 4th down, out is J.K. Scott to punt for the Chargers. The Broncos have Marvin Mims out for the return. And that's going to hit and continue out of bounds just inside the 20-yard line. Here comes the Denver offense set to take over for the first time. They'll be led by the man from Oregon who started his career at Auburn, quarterback Bo Nix.
Well, it didn't take long for Bo Nix to establish himself as a bona fide starter in this league, winning the position with the Broncos as a rookie. He has all the intangibles, but really what sticks out the most, Mike, is the amount of starts he made in college. It's kind of similar to Brock Purdy. Very experienced at the college level. Let's see how that carries over here to the NFL level.
And tough for the defenders as well to get leverage and get their hands on him. Taken down after a gain of 4.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
From the 24 now, Here is 2nd down and 5. On the ground, here's Dobbins. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
So they're not going to get the yardage to reflect it, but I actually thought that was a pretty nice job by the running back, at least getting back to the original line of scrimmage. This offensive line, they've got to do a better job getting him through untouched. His yards before contact got to be better.
That's complete. Taking it. He's hit after the catch, and the ball comes free. And this is recovered by the Chargers. And so much for a nice gain through the passing game.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So that one overturned. They say the runner was down, and that will not be a fumble. It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. A run with Dobbins. And he's going to be bottled up quickly after a gain of about 1. Tarheed still there for the stop.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's 2nd and 9. Now it's Dobbins. Not much there. A yard or 2 down to the 48. Dalvin Tomlinson fighting off the blocks to make the play.
Brings up 3rd and 7.
What can they do here on 3rd down and 7? From the shotgun, here's Nix. And they're going to get to him and take him down, taken back to the other side of midfield.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
On 4th down, Jeremy Crawshaw on to punt for Denver. On the return for the Chargers, it's Darius Davis. And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. The Chargers offense ready to get going with their 2nd possession. They'll search for the first points of this game as they begin the drive on 1st and 10. Now a play fake. Herbert to the left side. Catch made by McConkey. And it'll be taken down, but it takes them across midfield down to the 40-yard line. An ideal beginning to this drive. 24 on the first play.
And if he's late with that throw, Mike, there's a really good chance a defender could have made a play on it. But he does a beautiful job. He puts the ball out in front of his shoulder, leads the receiver, and allows him to get upfield and pick up the first down.
Run between the tackles for Hampton. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
Singleton on the tackle. A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at the 39-yard line.
Here now, 2nd and 9 from the 39-yard line. Play action now. It's Herbert. That's to the tight end, Cooler. And it'll be taken down at the 25-yard line. A pickup of 14 on that one. First down, L.A.
Oftentimes in the NFL, Mike, blitzing a good quarterback can kind of be feast or famine, because what you do is you actually speed up their process of identifying the open target. So in this case, it's an underneath safety outlet. But the reason he went there so fast is because he was triggered to that target from the blitz.
Now we're going to get a stoppage. We have an injured Charger. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. from the 21. Here's 2nd down and 6. Another run here with Hampton. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard.
I'm not sure if there's anything more enjoyable for a football player than playing a game in the snow. And something for us to keep in mind throughout the rest of the day is typically the advantage is in the favor of the offense. You know where you're going. You know where the cuts are going to come. The defense has to react to you. Can they find a way to take advantage?
It's been a busy first quarter for him so far. His 3rd catch goes for a 1st down.
I'd like to see them do a better job here the rest of the game, Mike, just disguising the coverage from the pre-snap look to the post-snap look. And what I mean is, when you have a quarterback at this level and what they see before the ball's in their hands is the exact same thing they see once they do get the ball, everything is just so much easier for them to process. Change the look, change the coverages, move your safeties. Make the quarterback have to process with the ball in his hand.
It's the Chargers with the football to begin this 2nd quarter as they've got it with 1st and 10. They'll run out of the gun with Hampton, and that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
These are the impact plays that this linebacker is capable of, Mike. Not only dissecting and determining where the ball was going, but then to shoot through the line of scrimmage and make this tackle for a loss. That's a big-time play by a really good player.
Now Herbert. They'll set up the screen to Hampton. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down.
Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
Throwing is Herbert on 3rd down. They're called in at the 2. And this won't be a touchdown, but it will be a 1st down as they're able to get the conversion and set up 1st and goal. Will score. Touchdown, LA.
But you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their 2nd possession.
Makes the score Chargers 7, Broncos nothing.
Seven 7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. On the return, here comes Marvin Mims. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Now we're going to get a stoppage. We have an injured Charger. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. Off the play fake, here's Nix. That's caught right side, it's Franklin. Now inside the 25. And he's going to take this all the way to the house. 73 yards. Touchdown, Denver. Will Lutz now for the PAT. Through the snowflakes, this one good. Broncos will level things out at 7 apiece. So back to level after the touchdown. And time for the kickoff. Here's Darius Davis to return it. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Chargers offense and Omari and Hampton getting set for their next possession. They'll work in a tie game here in the second quarter and get started with 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Hampton. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. A gain of 14. Good for a quick first down.
The ability to be effective on first down, Mike, it just makes everything else easier. In the event you do have to face a 3rd down down the road, they're usually a lot more manageable situations, a lot easier to convert.
Uh-oh. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line. 12 more yards from him there, and another first down.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd and 6. They'll go again with Hampton, and he'll move this ahead for about 4 yards. Alex Singleton, they're on the tackle.
And while that run wasn't anything really to write home about, what it allows them to do, Mike, is keep everything in the playbook at their disposal. 3rd and short, now it's up to these coaches to dial up their best short yardage play and extend this drive.
We'll try to run for it with Hampton. Trying to drive his way forward. I'm not sure he got there. Going to depend on the mark, but yeah, he's short. Short, and it's 4th down.
Well, we have an early decision here, Mike. How aggressive does this coach want to be on this 4th down try? I think you got to keep your offense out there. You have a prime opportunity to take the fight to him, extend this drive, and hopefully be able to come away with points.
The Broncos offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Taken down at the 37. That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line. 2 nice play calls here to kick off the drive. 15 more on that one.
It's not just the blockers creating yards for him out there. He created most of that yardage on his own, shrugging off the initial tackle attempt and continuing to rumble downfield.
Nix, now to throw it here on first down. They set up the screen for Dobbins. And he's not going to get away. They're going to bring him down on the other side of midfield.
We call them safeties because they're usually the last line of defense, but not here. On this play, he's up there at the line of scrimmage attacking the offense, and he takes him down for a negative play.
Now, a second down throw for Nix. He's going to take a shot down the field. And they bring him down there, but it is inside the 10. It is going to be first and goal. Slot man going to move in motion left. They fake the jet sweep and give it up the middle. And he'll take this one in. J.K. Dobbins. Touchdown, Broncos. Good drive. They kept the ball. Greg, they moved it effectively down the field and finished it off on the ground for the touchdown.
So often, Mike, we see teams work on a great drive to get down here close, only to settle for a field goal. But in this case, give them a lot of credit. They put a great drive together, but they're able to capitalize and finish it off with 6.
Makes the score. Broncos 14, Chargers 7.
So now after the touchdown, Lutz going to send this one away. On the return, it's Keaton Mitchell. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The Chargers offense and Omarion Hampton getting set for their next possession. They trail now 14-7 as they'll come up for first and 10. Shotgun now for Herbert. This one, batted away. It's incomplete. Trey Harris, the intended receiver there. And it'll bring up second down.
And the defender does such a good job, Mike, not only putting himself in position to make the play, but how often do we see guys that are there and they just can't quite make it? In this case, he's there, knocks the ball down. Really nice play.
Now Herbert throwing on second down. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose. And it's going to force third down.
10 yards to go.
And they got the look they were hoping for, one-on-one on the outside. He's just unable to hold on to it through contact, and I think that was a big opportunity missed.
Throwing is Herbert on third down. The throw on the run is complete. And he's out of bounds up beyond the 45-yard line. They get 18 on that one. It's good for a Charger first down.
And that's an important conversion, not only because it keeps their offense on the field, and now they can go down and see if they can steal some late points. But either way, worst case scenario, Mike, if you're the offense here, you want to possess the ball going into halftime. Don't give your opponent a chance to go down and score on you. So big pickup there. Now we'll see if they can turn it into some points. And they've really done a nice job defensively holding them in check. I mean, ideally, you'd want your back to average around 4 yards a pop, but they're falling short of that threshold as of now, and partially it's why they find themselves trailing at this stage of the game.
Short pass taken in by the tight end. And they'll take this down inside the 35. They get 15 on that game. And the Chargers have the first down.
A gain of 15.
That last completion's going to go a long way towards at least finishing this 2-minute drive, Mike, with some points. You're already in field goal range, so now the idea is continue to work the clock down, take a couple shots at the end zone. You want to get points, ideally a touchdown, but either way, you have the ball last before the end of the second quarter.
Second and 5.
They'll come up here on second down and 5. A run with the fullback, Ingle. With good blocking leading the way, he's got the first down inside the 25. Now a timeout, Chargers here. That's their second. Clock will stop with 34 seconds to go until the break. First and 10. Herbert keeping it on the zone read. And he'll be met in the backfield and dropped behind the line of scrimmage.
The tackle made.
The decision whether to keep the ball or to hand it to the back happens so fast. In this case, the quarterback thinks it was a keep read. The defense was there ready to stop him. Tackle for loss.
After the loss of 3, it is second and 13. Pass is caught. It's Keandre Lambert-Smith. And the offense will elect to burn a timeout. 5 seconds remaining in this second quarter. Here's Cameron Dicker now on for the field goal. This one will be from 37 yards out. Dicker's kick is good. And the Chargers are back within 4 at 14-10.
Outside of coming away with a touchdown, I'm not sure they could have done any better to close out that half. I mean, they burned all the clock. They don't let the opponent possess the ball, and they come away with points.
So 2 seconds left to play, and the kick's away. And he will sit on it here in the end zone for a touchback.
35-yard line.
From the 35, it's first and 10. Throwing is Nix. He's going to air this one out. That's going to be incomplete. They took a shot on the final play. Prayer not answered. And that is how this first half will come to an end. Okay, and hold that thought. Let's get right back to it. We are ready for the third quarter. Both teams ready to get back at it as we get back underway here on EA Sports. On the return, here's Mims. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The Broncos offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this third quarter. The lead sits at 4, so they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with first and 10. Back to throw is Nix. This one broken up. It's incomplete. The defender right there with him. It brings up second down.
all things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it, but I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
Here's Dobbins. And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
Well, this play, Mike, was clearly about the job of this defensive line. Great job holding their ground, forcing these blockers to be stood up. Nowhere to go for this running back, and they hold him to no gain.
It is 3rd and 10. Working out of the gun. It's Nix. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
And that's exactly how you teach it. They want these defenders to time the hit, that right when the ball gets there, you separate the receiver from the ball. And those are the ones on offense, man. You just have to make that catch, Mike. I know it's easier said than done, but you know the hit's coming. You've got to squeeze that thing, brace for impact, and make that play for your offense.
The Chargers offense ready for their first possession of this second half. Trail by 4, a touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. Putting the tight end in motion. On play action. Now Herbert. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Every possession is so critical in these close games. The one thing you can't have here is a turnover. Really nice job making sure that ball is uncatchable, and just line up and snap it again.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Here's Herbert. That's going to be incomplete. Good work by the defender. Bodied his man up. Wouldn't allow the catch. It'll force 3rd down.
Sometimes it's those footsteps. I don't care how long you've been playing or at what level you've been playing at. And that defender's bearing down. You really get a good idea of what guys are willing to go through contact to secure a catch, and in this case, what guys are unwilling.
That's caught. Left side. It's complete. First time they've looked his way all game long, but he comes through with the grab and a 1st down.
And the Chargers, 1st down. A gain of 14. 1st down, Los Angeles.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets to the Broncos' 26-yard line. A pickup there of 28 yards.
Boy, they got the block to spring him, and it was a foot race. And when he gets in that foot race, Mike, he's normally good for this type of yardage before anyone's able to run him down.
Now, this looks like a design run, and he will not be able to turn upfield. They'll drop him behind the line.
And you can tell pretty quickly, Mike, that once the quarterback started chopping his feet, that there was nowhere for him to go. Great job by the defense, not only reading quarterback run, but getting him down behind the line.
They send the tight end in motion. Out of the gun, here's Herbert. That one thrown behind his target, and it'll be incomplete. Now, following the play, we're going to get a stoppage. There's an injured Bronco. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. They come to the line needing 11 here on 3rd down. They'll send their tight end left. From the gun on 3rd down, Herbert. That is brought in at the 10. And he will get into the end zone. Smith. Touchdown, Los Angeles.
Just a beautiful ball there by the quarterback. And the point I want to make here, Mike, and make sure the viewer understands is, in the NFL, if you have to wait for a guy to be open and then deliver the ball, it's too late. So often these quarterbacks throw their guy open. They anticipate where the void in the coverage is going to be. That's exactly the reason this play worked out here, Mike, and he's able to connect here for a big touchdown.
17, Broncos 14.
After the touchdown, here's Dicker out to send this one away. He fields it at the 8. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. Back onto the field comes the Denver offense. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. Quickly into the hands of Waddle. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
They'll give it to Dobbins. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
The best linebackers at this level, Mike, they have all the physical attributes. That's a given. But it's really their instincts. It's their ability to dissect and predetermine where the ball is going before the ball is even snapped. And you could see with how fast he met the back at the point of attack, he knew exactly what play was coming.
He'll let it go deep left sideline. That's caught! And he'll be out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 35-yard line. A big play and a much-needed one as well. It's a gain of 34.
33-yard line.
Here's 1st and 10. Blown back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. He's able to get away from one man, but the reinforcements were there fast. He's taken down for a loss on the play.
So they go with the 1st down run, hoping to just get them some positive yards and get themselves into a good 2nd down situation, but now they find themselves in 2nd and long. So the more you give defenses the opportunity, Mike, to defend you one-dimensionally. So in this case, we're only playing you in the pass. It stresses your protection, it stresses your play caller, and ultimately, it stresses your quarterback.
Jalen Waddle, the intended target, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
That was a perfectly timed hit, and I think it actually saved 6 points, Mike. He got there just as the ball did, and I think it was the contact that separated him from the ball.
Nix from the gun on 3rd down. That'll be complete to Dobbins. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the 1st down marker.
Well, if that was a pickup on 1st or 2nd down, you'd be thrilled. But here on 3rd and long, just doesn't quite get enough to pick up the 1st down, and it's going to bring up 4th.
Through the falling snow, the kick is good. And the Broncos have tied it at 17.
So touchdowns are always the primary goal of every drive. But when you find yourself down 3 here in the 2nd half, you've just got to find a way to tie the game up. And they were able to do that here.
So the field goal ties things up, and we're back at it as this kicks away. On the return, it's Mitchell. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. So now here comes the Chargers as they get set to take it over once more. They'll begin with 1st and 10. On play action, it's Herbert. He's got the hookup downfield with McConkey. And he's going to take this one all the way. 76 yards. Touchdown, Chargers. Well, that is a quick drive and the best way to finish it. The touchdown pass downfield. Greg, you rarely see a deep shot like that to start a drive.
You're right, Mike. We don't see it a lot, but I wish we did. It's actually the most efficient and safest down to pass the ball. And in this case, the defense is thinking run, got a lot of defenders up in the box, and they're able to strike deep with a pass play for 6.
Broncos 17.
After the touchdown, here's Dicker out to send this one away. This will be returned from the 6. Whoa! And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The Broncos offense ready to get back at it. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a 1st down. From the shotgun, here's Nix. He'll throw it left and has his running back. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
Great example of 1st down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly 2nd down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd down and 3. Now they'll run on the draw. They'll try to get back to the line, but it's not happening. Gonna lose a yard.
A lot of times the success of a draw depends on the defensive ends, Mike, rushing the passer. In this case, a great job by the defensive end. He initially reads pass, but then he determines that it's going to be a draw. He quickly adjusts, and he's able to tackle the running back for a loss.
He finds his man, Troutman. And he'll be taken down, but it takes them across midfield down to the 40-yard line. First time they've looked his way all game long, but he comes through with the grab and a 1st down.
You know, Mike, these crossing routes, you just see them being used more and more often. And really, it's because it's good against any defense. And what it does is it creates separation. It allows some of your best players to catch the ball on the move. And that short throw oftentimes turns into a long run.
So, 3 quarters now in the books. And Sunday Night Primetime continues after this. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. They send Sutton in motion. Dobbins going to get it now as we start the 4th. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. That's a gain of 11, and they'll move the chains with another 1st down.
Remember this one thing, Mike. It is not how well or how often you run the ball in the NFL. It's when do you run the ball well in the NFL? And I think that's what a lot of these offensive play callers are starting to realize. Can you run the ball well in critical moments of the game? More important than how many gross yards you run for. You know, Mike, what separates the really elite defensive edge players from everybody else is not only their ability to rush the passer. That's what everybody focuses on. But, man, the defensive ends that are good in the run game, those are the guys that never leave the field.
And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard. That's it.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, keeps this to a modest gain at best.
Big play coming up. This is third down. Throwing. Nix. They'll try to hit him with a screen. And they're in business now. He is out of bounds inside the 10. What a pickup. A gain of 18. And it sets up first and goal.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in?
And he's in! Hey, Dobbins. Touchdown, Broncos. He's got another one. His second touchdown of the evening. A huge touchdown there in the fourth quarter, and now just a point away from tying the game.
And that's one of those drives, Mike, where you know your best is needed. Can you come through here late and give your team a chance? They're an extra point away from tying this thing up, and we got ourselves a ball game.
The kick is good, and that will tie this game here in the fourth quarter. All even. Fourth quarter, everything we've wanted. What's in store in the remaining time? He'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. Justin Herbert back out there. He and the Chargers getting set to go once more. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. From the 25, they'll go to work. First and 10. From the gun, it's Herbert. To the middle of the field, he's got Johnston. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40. Give him 14 on that play. One first down.
This is clinic tape for any young wide receiver out there watching this guy run routes. He has the defender thinking everything is a go ball. Attack him vertically, and then when you get to your route depth, you stick that foot in the ground, you break in, balls on time, results in a nice first down pickup.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up second and 2.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's second and a couple. They'll go with Hampton. And no place to go. He's hit and taken down behind the line. Now we're going to get a stoppage. We have an injured Charger. The training staff going to look, and we'll step out for a moment. The crowd making their presence felt. This is third down. That one complete. It's Keaton Mitchell. 11 yards on the connection there. First down, L.A.
You get in these situations, third down, tie game, fourth quarter. I mean, this is really where your quarterback makes his money. You are going to put your faith and say, all right, what is the best play for this offense to execute? And the game really rests in the hands of your quarterback. And if he continues to come up with these third down pickups and continues to extend this drive, he's got a shot to come away the hero and win this game here late.
And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. That's another first down, another big play. The defense has some issues. Gain of 18. Throwing now is Herbert. He'll get this complete left side to Johnston. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. Give him 12 on that one. They are on the march. Another first down. They're going to motion the tight end over here. Atkins trying to work inside. Not much there. Maybe a yard.
15-yard line. 1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
They'll come up for 2nd and 9. Now a play fake. Herbert, his fullback releasing, and he's going to bring it in. And he's going to be marked out down at the 5. A pickup of 10, and it's going to set up 1st and goal.
You never know which play is going to be the one that sways the game in your favor, and that could be it right there. I mean, to set up 1st and goal with that last pass completion, now they can really take their time. There is an element of working some of this clock down. You know you at least have a field goal try, if not a touchdown. The last piece of the puzzle is just don't give the ball back to your opponent with too much time to go down and answer your score.
2 minutes to play in regulation. Greg and I back for the conclusion. In a moment, 2nd and goal. So now they'll pitch it out here. And this time he's in. Peyton Mitchell. Touchdown, LA.
Chargers.
A lot of big bodies down there, but at the end of the day, the one that mattered, the one with the ball, finds the end zone for the touchdown.
Yeah, once that back gets the ball, Mike, he's just looking for a little crack of daylight, and he's thinking, I'm going to run into it and just hope I come out the other side. And in this case, the other side's the end zone, and they get 6.
Dicker, good with the extra point. And the Chargers will go up by 7. Now, following the play, we're going to get a stoppage. There's an injured Bronco. That is a worrisome development here late in the game. So the lead is 7 now here in this fourth quarter. The tie has been broken. Let's see what happens on this kickoff. On the return, here's Mims. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Broncos offense make their way out to take over once more. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. He'll dump this out wide to Dobbins. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line. Now the Broncos going to use the first of their timeouts. And they'll have a chance to talk things over after picking up that first down.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Run with Dobbins. And it takes a little bit of snow to make things slip slippery out here. He'll get forward for only a yard.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
Second down, 8 for the first down. Now Nick's going to look to throw. He'll get that complete to Franklin. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
14 yards.
And that's going to do it. It'll put him over 200 receiving yards in the game. What a performance. That grab also comes with a first down. Throwing is Nix. No one open. He'll drop it to his running back. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. Now a timeout, Denver. That's their second. Clock is stopped. 55 seconds remaining here in the game. Final minute, 1 timeout remaining, and it's 1st and 10. They'll go with the option here to the short side. And that play going nowhere. The defense all over that one. They'll bring them down for a big loss.
This play here, Mike, is just all about the get-off of the defensive line. Watch how fast they go when that ball is snapped. Nowhere for this running back except to go down for a loss.
On second down, it's Nix. A throw over the middle going to be caught by Franklin. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line.
It's a gain of 14
The Broncos going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 25 seconds remaining on the clock.
14-yard line.
Here's first down. Working out of the gun, it's Nix. And that could be the dagger. It's intercepted. Picked off by Cam Parsons, and the Chargers are right back in this one.
And in these tight games, especially in the second half, Mike, these are the big moments that somebody needs to step up and make a play, and that's exactly what he's able to do here. Great read, great reaction, steps in front of that ball, and ends up going the other way.
Herbert down to an 8, and that should wrap this one up. So it's a win for the visiting Chargers. It was a game that delivered more points than most people would have expected with the snow falling at kickoff. Entertaining game for all involved,